some of these changes here real quick before we dive in. Alright, so we've been playing a lot of Prime Speaker Vannifar Pod on this stream, and honestly, I was expecting to be off of it after the second time we played it, but we played it 3 times now, and this is going to be the 4th, and we're trying a few things this time around. So the big change that we're making here today is that Kiki is basically the only red card in this deck, and in this build it is the only red card. There were a couple other small red cards before. I've cut all the red lands from the mana base in order to have a less painful mana base. And what that means is that we have these Kikis that we can tutor and combo into. If they get stuck in our hand, we can click ourselves to shuffle them out of our hand. We're also playing 1 copy of Vizier of the Menagerie to be able to make mana of any color to cast a red Kiki-Jiki out of our hand with our other lands. Also, a kind of cheeky way to cast Kiki is with 2 Birds of Paradise and a Village Bell Ringer, you can make enough mana, or just 3 Birds of Paradise. So there are actually ways to get Kiki from your hand onto the battlefield or back into your deck. And the upside is that our mana base hurts us less. We get to find room for more things like Horizon Canopy. We get to play 5 basic lands, which I really like playing a lot of basics in a format where people are playing like blue-white control and like Assassin's Trophy and green-black. So another thing, I've got a couple of different cards I've been shuffling around on the sideboard. So one of the things I wanted to make sure I had was a variety of ways to go Grafdigger's Cage post board. So in this build, I've got a Pridemage, a Second Knight, an Acidic Slime, and Deputy of Detention to a degree. And it's important that we have a variety of ways to kill something like Grafdigger's Cage, because Grafdigger's Cage shuts off our ability to search for things with Evolution, Chord, and Prime Speaker. So having ways to just naturally draw to kill that card is important, so we can turn the rest of our cards back on. Hey, Sergeant Fane, thanks for checking in for the 9th month in a row. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Good morning, everybody. I think this is a keep. Obviously, Noble Hierarch dies, and we're a little bit sad, but we're on the draw. We got 22 lands in our deck. We've got some Coiling Oracles we could draw for redraws. We technically have 3 mana sources if these Noble Hierarchs get to live around. Turn 1 Steam Vents. Not looking good for Team Noble Hierarch here. Excellent. You know, I should have thought about it, and I should have put a Kiki's Drawn counter on the stream. Yeah, Aethervile, don't be human on the internet. Just post pictures of memes. Pictures of memes and smiley faces. Oh, it's not a lightning bolt, it's an opt. God bless. Don't worry, they'll think we're infect. That's funny. Oh, there's Storm. Okay. Huh. Looking for modern innovations on spreadsheets and more gates on standard video games. Baron Zale, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, we hit the land. That's good. I don't have any Storm hate in my main deck, right? And for those not familiar with Modern too much, Shivan Reef generally indicates Storm. Yeah, you just Vendilion Clique. I have Glen Elendra in the main. That's technically Storm hate. So I guess I shock this in, and I play Noble Hierarch, and then I play Scavenging Ooze, and I pass the turn. Hey, Drax, thanks for the host. Hope you had a good one. Hopefully this isn't going to be like Ritual, Manamorphose, Grapeshot, Wrath your board. I bet this is going to be a Grapeshot, Wrath my board. A poke and stick. Squid Squad. Thanks for the half a year. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, so one of the things you have to understand is that while this deck does have some fast linear draws in it, the appeal of playing a deck like this is that while we can linear people on occasion, our sideboard and our main deck to a degree have a variety of tools in them that give us ways to basically be a lock deck in matchups like this. So in matches like this where they tend to be a little bit faster than us on average, we have things like Gaddock Teeg and Eidolon of Rhetoric and these other things that like give them fits that give us time to combo them. So like if you're interested in playing a deck that all it does is linear faster, I'd recommend playing Storm or Griselbrand because those are much better linear faster decks. That's not the appeal of what this deck is trying to do. If they have a remand, I was going to say it doesn't get much better than this, but I guess that's not true with this Eldritch Evolution in my hand. Remanding Evolution is pretty good. All right, so what am I supposed to do here? Courting for 2 doesn't do anything meaningful. I could resto, but then I'm pretty far off of Chord for Kiki. Even if I draw a land next turn, I can only Chord for 4. I could play Vizier and just hope to live for a turn. They tanked on the Wall of Roots, so I feel like they have like an unsub or a remand. I would like to jam this Eldritch Evolution. But if they have unsub or remand, it just like feels really bad. But I guess if I jam this and they counterspell it, they then don't get to cast Gifts Ungiven this turn. I think I'm gonna go try and get Glen Elendra. Wow, that worked. Okay, sweet. Go. So now if they have a Gifts Ungiven, it's real awkward. Yeah, someone had mentioned that in the subs Discord the other day that Caleb Shear had been advocating for like no remands and just a few unsubs. I think there's a good chance they have Gifts Ungiven in their hand and they didn't realize that I was going to go get Glen Elendra. Yep. I think that's exactly what it was. They were lamenting the fact that they didn't think about Glen Elendra. That's one of the things you get like that's like value for playing toolbox decks like this is like you get to like make plays like this where if my opponent like is familiar with what I'm doing, they like gifts in response there and like are okay, but because they didn't know what I was doing, I got Glen onto the table and get to punish them. Jameson, thank you for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around and thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way again. So, do you have another Grape Shot? They could have another Gifts Ungiven here and are debating what they want to go get with it while the Glen Elendra is tapped off. We're hoping to draw like mana creatures and lands at this point. Birds, nobles, Wall of Roots. Even just hitting lands is fine too. If we get a land, we get to like resto the Glen and reset it. And maybe have a chance from there. I do think we're behind from this position. But depending on the texture of their hand, it's not just over. Repeal for 4. Yep. Alright, well, and then I failed to draw a land and we drew another Kiki instead. So we've now drawn as many uncastable Kikis as we've drawn lands this game. Verichi, thanks for the 250, I appreciate it. Ooh, where's my events? I'm a developer, and I just wanted to say thanks for being awesome background noise. Well, thanks for being here, and thanks for the support. Hope you're having a good Wednesday wherever you're at. I'm going to grab my basic island here. If we'd have gotten to do this last turn, we'd probably be in an okay spot, but I'll see. I guess it really depends on what their hand is. Like, they didn't do anything last turn either, so unless they ripped a good one. Major gifts, yep. Good chance we're dead here. Morning, Robin. Games like this definitely make me happy to have gone up to a 22nd land. Definitely feel like, especially games that like kill your mana creatures, you're pretty happy to have more mana. Decks like this tend to be pretty mana hungry. I don't know, it really depends on what's in their hand, Tony. Like, Gifts Ungiven with a mana creature already in play is generally GG, but like, if they have to gifts to find the mana creatures, it's generally not a great scene for them. So, I think in positions like this, it's correct to give them both mana creatures, especially since I can never remove either of them. Because, like, if I like ditch both mana creatures, they like cast Noxious Revival on one of them, draw it, and then have a ritual in their hand. So, like, by doing this, I'm like denying them a ritual. I think we're likely still dead, depending on what they have going on. Like, if they just have Past in Flames naturally here, we are donezo. Yeah. Wasn't a whole lot we could do there. Our draw was like kind of middling, and then we got Grape Shotted, and then we didn't draw any lands for a while. Huh. It's a matchup where I cut Vizier of the Menagerie, probably. Getting that going to get Kiki-Jiki into play is probably kind of a pipe dream. No, I'm not a big fan of coffee. Not my cup of tea. Do I want Unified Will here? Is that a thing I'm interested in? I feel like I don't have room to hold up Unified Will. I'm also not really sure what I'd like to cut for it. I guess Eternal Witness is kind of mediocre in this configuration. I could see trimming that. Thanks, Jameson. Modern doesn't really have a current state, Tony. Modern's just a bunch of linear decks running into each other. And this deck can both linear and it can be a little bit interactive, so I'm pretty sure it's fine. Yeah, don't want Forge-Tender. I'll bring in a couple Unified Wills. Unified Will is mostly for, like, control, Valakut Titan, and, Control and Valakut Titan. Yeah, those are the big ones. Tron. It might be loose. Yeah, so, like, here's the problem, Chalky, is Path to Exile isn't good against the Goblin plan in decks like this, because after you Goblin them, or after you Path them, you've given them more mana. So you haven't really saved yourself by... I think Moto has crashed because my opponents played a Foil Spire Bluff Canals. So we play so much Arena these days that I forget about these wonderful features. I mean, like, kinda. You can, like, brew within really strict confines, right? Right, Anner? Like, the deck we played yesterday, like, was leveraging a bunch of cards that are, like, objectively busted in Modern. Like, Ancient Stirrings and Moxilp are, like, cards that have been, like, on the these should probably be banned list for years. So, I agree with you that there's room to do stuff in Modern, but it's definitely gotten more and more, like, Legacy in that, like, well, if you want to do stuff, like, put Brainstorm Force of Will in your deck, put Faithless Looting Ancient Stirrings, colorless things in your deck, and, like, you'll be okay. Easy on Moto, it's a beta. Listen, Moto will be able to vote in the 2020 election, so it is nowhere near a beta. I don't know. That's kind of a question I can't know the answer to until we get there, Zombie. Like, it depends on, like, is that format interesting? Evolution. I guess I just go get Eidolon here, huh? Like, I do this, I go get Eidolon, and then, like, I get to hold Unified Will up. Go. I don't know. I feel like put second permanent-based hate piece into play and then hold up Unified Will sounds way better. This does choke my mana a little bit more, but, like, just holding up Unified Will likely means I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot the following turn. Scryb Ranger is kind of sweet because it gives me a play if they don't play into my Unified Will. Although this is probably going to be an end step Gifts Ungiven. Do I care about an end step Gifts Ungiven? I'm not sure that I do. I probably do. I probably care about this, right? Yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, this goes. They probably have 4 things in their deck that take Eidolon off the table is the issue, Burgle. So, like, if they have 4 of them, they go get 2 with this, which then results in the Eidolon eventually getting off the table. It's gonna take them a hot second, but they're going to get there. That's a Remorseful Cleric, Burgle. They usually don't have 4 bounce spells. I'm actually not sure. They should have 3 plus Noxious Revival. I guess Remorseful Cleric turns Noxious Revival off though, huh? Even if that does take my clock off the table. Giddle, thanks for the tier 3 resub. That's very generous. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Be sure to, every month you can just submit a new forum on the website. and let me know which month which month it's for. Am I doing a long stream today? No, I'm not planning to do any long streams this week. I think starting next week, I might go back to doing one long stream per week. My Monday streams usually have the best viewers, so Monday I'll probably end up doing a long stream. But every day this week, I'm going to be done by 3-ish, depending on how long decks are going. Why would you counter this, Chalky? What is the reasoning? That's what we're talking about. Like, we're trying to discuss the merits of countering versus not countering. So you're saying I would counter this doesn't really contribute anything. Like, help us understand what's the reason to counter this versus trying to counter whatever their follow-up is. I'm gonna ditch Gifts Ungiven and Opt here. I want to get rid of their best instant speed cards here. And like I mentioned yesterday, like this is kind of a low point in Magic's cycle overall. Like there's always a dip in between set releases, so this is that middling point. So scaling back now when it's a middling point makes a lot of sense. Gifts for unsub, Noxious, and 2 missing combo pieces grants them access to the missing piece. Really? I have a Remorseful Cleric in play, so Noxious Revival is just useless. So I'm not sure that the gifts gives them anything deterministically while I have Remorseful Cleric in play. Sure, but like I have a Unified Will too. So like making them take more turns to like get their stuff set up is like good for me because I'm just attacking them over all of these turns. Attack me for the lulz. Attack me for the lulz. It's a shame we didn't have it's a shame we didn't have another blue source here so I could play Vendilion Clique. Yeah, but like, it's always getting got by Wipe Away, AJ Crane. Like, they can't, Gifts Ungiven doesn't get them Wipe Away. Hey, Burgle, this is a situation where having Hallowed Fountain in my deck would be good. I have to choose between Vendilion Clique and Restoration Angel here, and it kind of sucks. Yeah, but I mean, like, things like that, AJ Crane, like, shouldn't really factor into your decision-making process because it's not something tangible or meaningful that you can do with those results. Like mentioning the thing that you have no counterplay against just, like, is kind of silly. You're like, alright, you should think about things that you can beat, but, you know, if there's things you can't beat, like, don't really worry about it. I think I'm actually clicking myself and getting rid of one of these restos. Perfect. Alright, so we should be in a good spot from here, just because outside of Wipe Away, if they try and take my Eidolon off the table, we resto it, and they can't kill us while Eidolon's in play. And if they do have Wipe Away, they have to, like, wipe away my Eidolon and beat Unified Will, which is great. Do I resto here and click them? I think I resto here and click them, because I have Unified Will up still. It puts them on a solid 2-turn clock. I mean, like, I could theoretically resto click next turn, but, like, getting to resto now while they can't play another spell because they already played Manamorphose seems real appealing. Their hand is rancid, right? Just doesn't do anything. They left Noxious Revival in, worth noting. The best, never forget, the best Vendilion Clique triggers are the ones where you get to look at their hand and go, you can keep all of those. Hey, is it crazy to cut a Kiki-Jiki in this matchup? I wonder if it's crazy to cut a Kiki-Jiki this matchup. I kinda want my third Resto back in after seeing how that game played out. Resto protecting your Eidolon is like something that comes up a lot in my experience playing this matchup with other iterations of this archetype. Maybe get a little greedy and just cut the Kiki-Jiki. I suppose I could cut a Prime Speaker too. She's just a little bit slow, especially on the draw. But I think cutting Kiki before cutting Prime Speaker is probably better. I could cut both and put another Unified Will in my deck. Trim one of each. Trim a Prime Speaker and get another Unified Will in here. Doesn't seem terrible. Just be like a bad hate piece tempo deck. Mono Red Goblins lost Renegade Cryptic Command. Let's try this. I don't think Path is good in this matchup, just because while it takes them off their mana creature, you're giving them another land, so like you're kind of still helping them out in a way. So we're more so hoping to like get a lock piece into play, or a couple of lock pieces into play, and then like beat them down with our motley crew. All right, well, our 6-card hand is really good here, so I'm gonna keep this 6-card hand. This is my life. Get cheeky, get punished. Alright, so the fact that they did nothing this turn means I'm going to go ahead and play the Coiling Oracle out, I think. And then even if this misses, next turn I can go Wall of Roots into Remorseful Cleric. Clicks like a miss. It gets this Freaky Kiki out of my hand, or potentially disrupts them. Right, Turtle Watch? That's just like how Magic Variants goes in a nutshell, right? Played a deck with a card we wanted to draw and try and cast yesterday. Never drew it. Play a deck with a card that we literally never want to draw because we just want to tutor it sometimes. Draw it every game. Yeah, and that's part of the reason to put Clique in our deck, right, Burgle? Like, it's just like a good Magic card. Yeah, like it's disruption and a clock. So I'm gonna attack with this. Then I'm gonna go Wall of Roots into Remorseful Cleric. And then next turn, we can play a land and then play Glen Elendra while leaving a Glen Elendra activation up. Yeah, Meatball Kiki's my preferred. The opponent's playing Blue-Red Storm. They kept a hand that's not really doing anything this game, though. I wonder if they kept a hand that's, like, on the Grape Shot My Board plan. And, like, I just didn't have Mana Dorks. If they go for goblins, I have Deputy of Detention in my deck, so Eldritch Evolution fetches that up, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, they're just like going for a weak Grape Shot My Board plan. I think maybe they kept their hand in the back of this, like hoping to slow me down like they did in game 1, and then I just like didn't have those types of mana creatures. So feeling like we're in a pretty that okay, that makes a difference. Huh. Alright, well now I'm gonna play Noble Hierarch. And I'm gonna draw a step, click them. I think I just deal with the Kiki in my hand at this point. I think this is fine. I think I just say you can keep those. Honestly, because they're missing land drop, maybe I'm supposed to click myself there because they're missing land drops. Like, I guess there's not, outside of like Wipe Away, there's not a lot I really want to take out of their hand while they're missing land drops. I think that was a mistake. I think I should have clicked myself because they were on the missing land drops plan. Is a mistake on my part. So next turn, we're going to cast Glen Elendra, leaving Breeding Pool up. We'll attack them for 4. And then, like, we've got a good flying army to, like, pressure their health total down because I'll be at 14. And the following turn, we can Eldritch Evolution Noble Hierarch into a... Eldritch Evolution Noble Hierarch into an Eidolon of Rhetoric, and we'll just be in a good spot. So, if I'd have gotten to turn this into a random different card, we'd feel a lot better right now. But we might still win in spite of that. I'm definitely supposed to leave up 2 blue. Yes. Yes. I agree. Yeah, this is the first match. Match 1, game 3. My opponent, has 7 minutes on their clock. I have 15 minutes on mine. It's just like normal day in the neighborhood. Yeah, this is fine, right? They just like don't even win the race here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a non-blue and cycle this Canopy. Hey, Wiggles, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. I'm off work tomorrow, and my Blue-Eyed Hero deck is 1 deck shy of being played. Hopefully this gets it into tomorrow, preferably your second standard one. Thanks for the support, Wiggles. Hope you're having a good one. Gosh, now we really want to draw another land so I can have, So... let's go get Eidolon. I think I still just get Eidolon here and not, like, I'm winning this race by a pretty significant margin, right? Like, they're going to 8. And I think it's right to leave up Glen this turn rather than Spellskite. Do I leave up? Do I leave? Well, I actually can't play another spell, so because I put Eidolon into play, so like I think it was right to leave up Glen rather than put Spellskite into play. I don't think I care about these 6 goblins, right? Why do I care about the 6? The 6 goblins aren't beating me. They have Echoing Truth. Yeah, but like, so Burgle playing Spellskite is similar to playing Spellskite is similar to holding up Glen for Echoing Truth, right? I'm attacking with the Eidolon here too, because this way if I sack Glen, I still have lethal in play next turn. He should be pretty locked out at this point. They have an Echoing Truth. And if they cast it, I just redirect to Spellskite using a blue mana, and they can't cast any more spells this turn. Even if they have, like, their wipe away, Glen plus Unified Will should keep them from winning after they wipe away the Eidolon. This deck's been really good so far. It's definitely rekindled my love of unplayable toolbox decks in Modern. It's been better than expected. I was expecting this deck to be a dumpster fire the first time we played it, and I was pleasantly surprised. I think this is our 4th league with it now. Still pretty content with it. You get Modern sometimes that just like comes with the format, and like the nice thing about this deck is like it Moderns people right back, right? Like Prime Speaker Vannifar plus 1-drop kills them, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, probably. The NRG Modern event's not for a while, though. Like, their next one, like, they're playing Legacy this month, or in April, so I'm probably not going to that. And then their June event, or their May event, I think, is in Iowa, and I'm not sure if I'm going to travel to Iowa. Easy. Easy. Scryb Ranger with Breeding Pool is kind of funny, because it can, like, let me pick my island up so they can't be unblockable. It could be spirits. It's pretty unlikely that it's humans. Just because humans usually doesn't. I guess humans does have a basic island sometimes. Alright, I think because I drew Renegade Rallier, I'm just going to go ahead and play that. Vizier of the Menageries is our cheeky way to... Vizier of the Menageries is our cheeky way to cast Kiki from our hand. Confirmed spirits. Scryb Ranger is really funny in this matchup to this protection from blue, which is excellent. Just A plus fantastic. Today's league might run a little bit long. We'll be at standard by 10 at the latest, which is an hour and 15 minutes from now. Alright, well, they don't have Spell Queller up this turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and jam the Prime Speaker. They have Path, they have Path. Intense Genius with the Prime support. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yeah, the standard queue especially is getting a bit thinner, which is to be expected. That's another part of the reason why I have scaled back my hours a bit. Because it's just a good time to scale back because we're at the like mid-set lull for Magic at the moment. Alright, that's a Selfless Spirit. Oh, Thalia's got First Strike. I think I just pass here. I think I just pass. Why not play a dork before passing? So, if I just pass and I Scryb Ranger on their turn, I can Scryb Ranger, pick a forest up, untap the bird, and play Resto. But if they Spell Queller the Scryb Ranger, that plan goes to crap, is the problem. I think I'm supposed to still try that. I feel like I'm far enough behind that I have to try that. Revolt is left, so Restoration Angel Blinking Renegade Rallier does give us Revolt. Yeah, the Scryb Ranger lines take some getting used to. They're definitely something that I'm not super used to yet. I think Mutavault likely indicates that my opponent's playing straight blue-white spirits. And they might end up just having a little bit too much disruption this game. And they have a Spell Queller here. That's probably all she wrote. Path Spell Queller pressures, tough nut to crack. Okay. If this works as well, and we don't get Reflector Mage or Spell Queller, we could end up okay here. Just because we get to gobble up one of their things in combat and not take that much damage. I get to blink this Renegade Rallier and get my fetch land back. I'm playing your 4-color Sealess, and it's great fun. Cobra is Insane Genius. Gives your creature toolbox decks a way to explode in a way that just like feels like shouldn't be possible in a fair deck. Alright, this is Reflector Mage, I'm assuming. Deputy of Detention. Woof. That is much better than Reflector Mage against us. Alright, so we're taking 5 here. Because Scryb Ranger gets to block this for free. So, Wall of Roots. I guess I should probably play Vizier first so I can see the top card of my deck. This could let us do stuff here. I already played a land for the turn, didn't I? That's awkward. So if I would have led on So I only have 2 mana here. This is good to know about, I guess, though. They're down to 1 card in their hand here, so I'm gonna put a stop on my upkeep. I might put this resto into play before I draw for the turn. I have another Deputy of Detention. You have a Drogskull Captain as well. Okay, I think Drogskull Captain is slightly less bad for us than Deputy of Detention would be. Oh gosh, they have a Phantasmal Image. Are you just trying to activate me to vault? Alright, so Scryb Ranger is going to bounce off Mausoleum Wanderer again. Birds of Paradise is going to bounce off Selfless Spirit. That leaves me at 1. What's going on, Why the Day? Thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. Alright, so during my upkeep here, I'm going to go ahead and cast this Restoration Angel, which will let me blink Renegade Rallier and get back Misty Rainforest. If we can find an Eldritch Evolution or a Chord of Calling here, we get to kill them this turn, right? I think I want to draw Coiling Oracle because that gives me another redraw. I can also just cast Kiki, can't I? Alright, so this technically only costs me 1 mana here, right? Because this... Oh, that's not strictly true, actually, because I can't pay life for this. I think I'm supposed to crack this Misty Rainforest, right? Oh, grab a forest. Okay. That costs 1 because it untaps my mana creatures. And then Night of Autumn is going to gain me 4. And then this can target Birds of Paradise here. Picking up this. I haven't played a land yet for the turn. Am I dead on board? I'm not, right? Because I have 1, 2, 3 flying blockers for 1, 2, 3 things, and then this hits me and I don't die. Yeah, I can use Scryb Ranger again on their turn. So we're dead. We're dead to Deputy and Path, but we're like playing to our outs here. That's lethal, right? Yeah, that kills us. So I only have 2 flying blockers now. I have to take at least 6. Return a forest you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Holy crap, we can Scryb Ranger their Deputy of Detention. So I get to Scryb Ranger their Deputy. Yay, onboard tricks. And then blink my Renegade Rallier. Get my Birds of Paradise back from my graveyard. We got lines on lines on lines, chat. We got lines on lines on lines. Excellent. Excellent. All right, my blockers. So... yeah, I'm supposed to block like this. They're probably going to sacrifice Selfless Spirit to keep their Drogskull Captain, which is fine. They're not. Okay. Deal. Can we just, like, pour one out for Scryb Ranger having protection from blue this game? I can live through this turn, right? This kills them next turn. This gains me 3, so we should be home free. I can't play this. This only plays creatures, chat. Go. Okay, thanks for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Stay alive. This bird's summoning sick. I know it's hard to see. The board's really tiny. I know they're dead to this chord, but I think I should be a good boy just in case there's something I'm not thinking of that happens and eat all this stuff. Scooze is a hungry boy, chat. Scooze is a hungry boy. Alright, so we just scored for 5. Worth noting here, the fact that this is bugged is relevant here. Means I can't make an extra mana. I guess I can make an extra mana to pay for this. This is chord for 5. I'm hanging with 2016 Jeff and I was not prepared. Right? What year is that? What year is that? Morning, Acity Dragon. Get my uncastable Kiki-Jiki. Target Village Bellringer. Ring the gong. Ring the gong. Ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. 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 Taking an uncastable goblin to a whole new level. Thanks for the half a year, Tofu Cow. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, Deputy sounds great. Eldritch Evolution sounds terrible against the Spellqueller deck. Path to Exile sounds vulnerable. Just vulnerable. How do you feel about Remorseful Cleric? Is just like a 2-1 flying blocker. I feel like I'm on board for that. This is a little bit slow and doesn't really protect us from meaningful things. Joyous Potato, thanks for the 14 months. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Man, let's pour one out for Vizier of the Menagerie. That was like a super impressive game for that card. What do I want to trim here? Need one more cut. Need one more cut. I don't know if it's just Night of Autumn. It might just be Night of Autumn. Think about the cut. I'm gonna turn my Space Heater on. I think Cleric's not worth it. Yeah, I'd probably buy that for $1. Yeah, Cleric's probably bad. Yeah, I'll cut Cleric. The fact that, like, Knight can gain us life is relevant too. They're, like, kind of aggressive. I think gaining 4 off the Knight's more relevant than being able to kill Vile, honestly. Like, they gain 4 from the Knight, like, dragged us kicking and screaming across the finish line last game, right? Like, obviously, Vizier was, like, the cornerstone, but, like, Knight gaining life was a part of that. Coiling Oracle is very important. Yeah, Coiling Oracle is glue. I agree with that assessment. It's just a core, it's a core engine piece. It's like cutting Birds of Paradise or Noble Hierarch. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Have a heart. Have a heart. Sweet Dragon. Yeah, Deputy seems sweet. I'm off Reflector Mage in our build. We just have one Deputy in the sideboard at the moment. I am genuinely surprised that they left Noble Hierarch in there. They left Phantasmal Image in their deck. Yeah, it was really a team effort, Foxicon. I can't attributing the last game win to a single card doesn't really do justice to the motley crew that came together to drag us across. Because I didn't cut my Scryb Ranger opponent. My Scryb Ranger is here to stay. So we can chord for 3 next turn. I don't know that really gets us anything meaningful. What do you feel about Spellskite? I think I'm cool with Spellskite. I'm going to pay mana with the Wall of Roots here. And the reason why I'm paying mana with Wall of Roots, even though I have plenty of other lands, is Wall of Roots can make mana on each turn cycle. So by paying mana here with Wall of Roots, I can pay mana with it again next turn. So this is fine. I'm going to go ahead and just pass here. And then on their turn, I can flash in Resto. Do I want to flash in Resto? I could just, like, play Eternal Witness here and get a land back. I kind of don't mind, well, I can't Resto now, Burgle, because I've already used the wall. And, like, if they, so, like, here's actually the question about it. So, like, do I play Witness, pick a land back up? Or do I could play Resto on their turn, and if they Spell Queller my Resto on their turn, I get to untap Chord for Deputy and take both their Spell Quellers out. I think I actually like that line. I think the upside of getting 2 Spell Quellers sounds great. So, like, if they have a Spell Queller for my Resto, that's fine. And if they path me, it, like, gives me an extra land to work with my Chord of Calling, so, like, that seems fine for me, too. Now, it is worth noting they do have Exalted here, so unfortunately I don't get to gobble up their Spell Queller for free. They will just bounce. Bounce, baby, bounce. Quell me, daddy, quell me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, quell my beating heart, you monster, you. And here we go. If they have Path to Exile here, I do end up a little bit sad. If they have Path to Exile, this could go sideways on me. If they don't have Path to Exile, we're just, like, home free in the biggest way possible, because I have Spellskite in play protecting my Deputy. And the Resto comes in and resets my Wall of Roots. So I can just, like, make mana all over again. Well, they can path it in response to the trigger, is the thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Detain me, daddy. Detain me. And, like, I have this other chord here, so, like, wait, do they have the path and just didn't understand how this works? Oh, they had the path and just didn't know how this works. Okay, so we're gaining some points here because my opponent's a little bit inexperienced. So for reference, if you path Deputy of Detention in response to its trigger, it just doesn't exile things. It's not like Tide Hollow Skull or Oblivion Ring. It's templated in the new way. So my opponent has given me a Resto back and a land and for free here, basically, because of the way this works. So opponent made a little bit of an oopsie poopsie. Which leaves us with a 3/4 flyer in play, which is a big deal in this matchup. It's also a combo piece, so, like, I can chord for Kiki next turn, right? This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? Kiki, he's the man. Aw, 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 man. Aw, man. Salt Block, thanks for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Nah, Unified will counters a lot of things that Spell Queller just doesn't counter. We have Glen Elendra. All right, so I'm gonna play. Eternal Witness, pick back up a land, play the land, path the Deputy, blink my Eternal Witness, pick Chord back up. The Mausoleum Wanderer throws the math off on whether or not we could kill, I believe. Are we counting one extra mana for Mausoleum Wanderer? I think we had exactly enough without the Mausoleum Wanderer, but the Mausoleum Wanderer makes it cost one more. I think because I have Chord in my hand, I actually just get the Path to Exile back here. Just gonna go ahead and play this now too, so I can't get counterspelled. I mean, Scryb Ranger is super obnoxious in this matchup. It's just like the most wonderful way. Oh, I could get my Spellskite back, huh? That's fine. That's probably still on the table the following turn. Yeah, I already played a land this turn. Oh, yeah, I totally should have killed the Noble Hierarch with the Scryb Ranger. It's the line that won us the last game too, and it slipped my mind. Could have choked them off a mana. Which, that extra mana could be the difference between winning and losing here very easily. Alright, so they're dead. I believe they're dead. Oh, Mausoleum Wanderer has hexproof now. I should have pathed the Wanderer in response. I'm gonna path Drog Skull Captain to start here, see where we end up at. So this is fine. We'll say no. Scryb Ranger blocks the Spell Queller. We untap Chord for Kiki and kill them. Oh no. Oh no. I found a modern deck that I like, chat. I found a modern deck that I like. It speaks to me. It speaks to me from the inside. We actually haven't activated Vannifar yet today, have we? We've actually just been playing Bant Kiki Chord so far today. Wait, have I even cast this card? Yeah, we cast her once and she got pathed. We cast her game 1 against Spirits and she got pathed. Where's the Vannifar? Where's the beef? For my standard players out there, the modern portion's gonna run long this morning. This deck's taking a little bit longer than expected, and I like it, so I'm gonna play out the league. Don't worry, we'll still get to all the standard decks I plan to get to today. If I run a little bit past 3, it won't be the end of the world, but I wanna play this deck through. We are 2-0, Hyder. The bot literally just posted it underneath you as a heads up. I don't actually think this deck's Tron matchup is terrible for reference. We've beaten Tron the 2 times we played it before. Say it, Jeff. Tell me you want Hallowed Fountain in your deck. I do in fact want a Hallowed Fountain in my deck, Burgle. Yeah, I agree, Polly. I concur. Again, I'm not like saying we should cut Vannifar because we haven't drawn her today. Like, obviously Vannifar should be in our deck. I was just commenting on the fact that we're able to win games even when we're not Vannifar comboing, was more what I wanted to say. Ah! I needed these in different orders. If we'd have hit the Flooded Strand off of this and cast Bird this turn too. Oh, golly. Oh, golly. Missed the old Jeff 61 card 5-color Jeff. I don't think I ever actually registered 5-color Chord. We played 4 colors in a lot of different directions, but I never had black and blue at the same time, I don't think. They fetched a basic island. I probably want to fetch basic island, basic plains in this matchup, right? Probably prioritize getting basic island first. They're probably a Dirty Blood Moon deck. Oh, just Scary Terry, huh? Scary Terry. Scary Terry actually makes it less likely they're a Blood Moon deck, right? So do I think I bird here. And then we try and flash in Scryb Ranger as a surprise for Scary Terry. Yeah, I'm like, I can afford to play around Moon here without it costing me percentage points. So I'm gonna fetch a basic island and a basic plains, I think, like, just in case. Like, if it was gonna hurt me being able to cast my spells to fetch those basics, I wouldn't do it. But because I can fetch them without repercussions, basically, it's like, that's what I'm going to do. Blood moons will make our Kikis castable. We live by the light of the blood moon. It makes our goblins powerful. Well, it's not... Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true. If we're fetching not green, we don't need their graveyard as quick. Yeah, likely a Phoenix deck. I agree, GH. Their other indication that they're a Phoenix deck is that MTG bot said they were 3-0. So, increased probability they're playing a good deck when they're 3-0. Actually, I haven't added it to the deck queue yet, but the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, I had someone cut in for us to play Blue-Red Phoenix the next 2 days, so we'll be playing good decks the next 2 days. I just don't even want to play. Let's just go to the next one. This is running long anyways. Mamost, thanks for the 9-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hopefully we find some more mopey bad modern decks to play against. I don't want to play against the good ones. Playing Modern's the most fun when you're playing casual Magic with the Modern ban list. Playing against Faithless Looting is kind of rancid. So we're just gonna move along with our lives here. For people that missed why I conceded there, they played they discarded double Arclight Phoenix. They were attacking for 7 that turn. Scavenging Ooze is not relevant against a bunch of Phoenixes already killing you. I mean, casual magic's great, Foxicon. Like that's the TLDR, right? Like casual magic is best magic. Like that is wholeheartedly the truth. That's the reason why it's the most popular. All right. Okay, Valakut. I wouldn't be as bold to say our Valakut matchup is good, but I will say it's winnable, especially with 3 Unified Will on the board. I think it's winnable. Winnable is the descriptor I will use. Camboni Machine, thank you for the 2-month resub. I really appreciate the continued support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And Marty Punker, you are almost to that huge plot of land. Thanks for keeping me around, bud. Welcome back. That's actually an incredibly sweet draw. Do I want to click them? I think I do. I think I want to click them because I want my Prime Speaker to be able to live. Because, like, I'm just racing them, right? Magic. Aruzum Mastar, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Have a, oh no. Have a sword to go with your shield. And me, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, they're dead. They're dead next turn. Assuming we don't draw a second Kiki-Jiki, we do kill them next turn. We get to Chord for a 1-drop and kill them. What problem do you think this deck has that you solve by adding Postmortem Lunge? Hereticus. There's a couple of if decision trees here. Like we definitely have draws that prevent us from being able to combo next turn. So hopefully we just like draw another chord or a 1-drop or something like that. But there are definitely draws that prevent us from winning the game next turn. So their hand is Scape Shift, Anger, Primeval Titan. So long as we don't draw one of our cards that prevents us from doing our combo chain, we kill them. Alright, so they died. Exosmith, thank you for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, I'm not reading chat for the next second. I need to make sure I don't mess this up, okay? Need to make sure that this goes according to plan. I'm minimizing chat until we're sideboarding. Alright. Vannifar gets Scryb Ranger. Scryb Ranger untaps Vannifar by picking up Forest. Vannifar gets Renegade Rallier. Rallier gets back Scryb Ranger. Alright. They understand they're dead. Got it. Unified Will sounds wonderful. Acidic Slime sounds fine. Eldritch Evolution sounds wonderful. Night of Autumn isn't relevant. Scavenging Ooze isn't relevant. If you're not familiar with how the combo wins from there, be sure to check out my website. There's a thing there that describes the combo chain. They do play a bunch of Anger of the Gods. Forge-Tender is great. Good call. Yeah, I can't upkeep Chord because I also don't have triple green during my upkeep. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question, Hart. So I didn't ask what does it do for the deck. I said what problem does it solve? So like there's lots of cards that could go in here that are kind of neat and on theme and like fit into what you're doing. But the way you narrow down cards that you want to be playing versus cards that you don't want to be playing is you have to ask yourself, how is this card helping me win the game? What problem do I have that's being solved by adding this card to my deck that's not already being addressed by other cards that I'm playing? If the argument is redundancy, if the argument is you want redundancy in the deck, I'd argue this deck is already incredibly redundant with Eldritch Evolution, Chord of Calling, and 4 copies of our namesake card. So I don't think we need more redundancy in our deck. How long till Esper Hero? We're probably going to be another half hour on Moto, and then at least 60 minutes on True Firestar. So probably an hour and a half or so. Maybe a little more till we hit Esper Hero. Oh no! Basic Plains Coiling Oracle. Oh no! Huh. Alright, back to the sideboarding. Back to the sideboarding. So, when you expect Grafdigger's Cage, I think you just cut one of your 2 tutors, in this case Chord of Calling, and we bring in a fistful of ways to take that card off the table. An absolutely perfect example of modern format. You're not wrong. I'm actually going to trim an Evolution too. That seems fine. I don't think I want Deputy of Detention against the Anger Bolt deck. So, the problem, Burgle, is that this is a matchup where the value from Vizier is irrelevant. And it's a matchup where there's going to be a lot of times where we get Kiki stuck in our hand and we can't afford to get Vizier and then wait to cast that Kiki-Jiki. So I think in the fair matchups, you're right, I would cut Kiki before Vizier. But I think in a matchup like this, where I'm expecting to need to go fast, I would rather have 2 Kikis. Our draw is incredibly good this game because I get to pass holding up Unified Will, and next turn I can actually cast Prime Speaker Vannifar and still be holding up Unified Will. Which is just, like, kind of absurd. I don't think it's worth bringing in Teeg to cut them off Scape Shift. Maybe because I'm boarding out Chord anyways, it is. But I'd have to go back and look at how my sideboard plan lines up. I'm not sure that I have room for Teeg, especially considering that I am trying to be able to kill their, or kill Grafdigger's Cage. Is Wall of Roots is good? Is Wall plus Chord still broken? Of course Wall plus Chord is still broken, Jarvis. It's only been broken for 3 years. Come on now. Of course it's still broken. The True Fire Star build is a build around submission that someone sent me. Flame Slash. I wonder if I was supposed to put Forge-Tender into play this turn rather than hold up Unified Will. Maybe that was right. Maybe I'm supposed to cast Forge-Tender rather than hold up Unified Will. Alright, do you have Land Anger? Actually, even if they have Land Anger, the Forge-Tender kills them next turn, right? Yeah, assuming I don't draw one of my combo pieces, they're dead. So they've died. This is another upside to Forge-Tender in this matchup. Kill you. Do 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 do. I guess they could have surgical extraction here, technically. So now we untap this, pick this up, and then I turn Scryb Ranger into Village Bellringer, and then Renegade Rallier into Restoration Angel. And the Restoration Angel is going to blink the Village Bellringer. And then Resto is going to turn into Kiki. Welcome to Modern, opponent. Nice interaction. Hope you had a good time. Was it good for you? It was good for me. I got there. Don't you want a Kiki? Don't you want a Kiki? Don't you want a Kiki? What's my honest opinion of the Vannifar deck? It is way better than I expected it to be, but I also expected it to be unplayable, so I don't know if it's actually good. I think your Dredge matchup's pretty okay. I don't know how the Phoenix matchup is. I would be surprised if the Phoenix matchup is good. I might have tilt conceded to Phoenix because they had their nut draw game 1. So I think if you wanted to play this deck, I would recommend playing a bunch of matches against Phoenix and see how that feels. I think it's super playable. I think if you like crappy decks, this is crappy toolbox decks. This is probably the best this archetype's been since Pod's been banned. Yeah, like what? We killed them on turn 4 through Flame Slash and Anger of the Gods. Like, that was pretty sweet, right? Alright, last match of Modern, then we're going to move along to some video games. This is a better toolbox deck than Titan. Nah, probably not. Titan deck's real good. Village Bellringer lets you combo through a lightning bolt. So let's say your opponent has one lightning bolt and they hold on to it until you put Kiki into play. Well, if they bolt your Kiki-Jiki after you have it into play, the Village Bellringer token still comes into play and untaps your Vannifar. And then you can pod your Village Bellringer token into another Resto, blink your original Bellringer, untap your Vannifar, and then pod that new Resto into your second Kiki. So Bell Ringer lets you combo through one lightning bolt. I'm gonna keep that. If we end up flooding out a little bit here, I have Horizon Canopy to cycle, so I think I'd like to just guarantee my blue source. Yeah, new mulligan roll would be sweet. Awesome! Spirits, and we have Scryb Ranger in our opener. We beat Spirits earlier in this league, and it was definitely on the back of Scryb Ranger. Protection from blue is busted, chat. If they're familiar with the next combo, they can bolt Scryb Ranger in response to the first untap trigger. Sure, they could also do that. People don't know that, but then, like, you still get to, like, try again the following turn with just, like, more creatures. Or if you have more creatures in play, Pizza, you could keep going with other creatures in play. So you're right that Bolt can disrupt your one creature combo kill, but if you have, like, other stuff in play, like, you're still getting to untap your thing. Which is a big deal. I'm casting this now because I don't want to get it Spellqueller next turn. J Robes, thanks for the 14 months. I really appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, you could play Deceiver Exarch instead, Chalky. And Deceiver Exarch does have the added value of being able to, like, tap your opponent's stuff inside of combat. Man, how many Supreme Phantoms is Scryb Ranger gonna KO today? I feel like the answer is a lot, right? Yeah, I decided I didn't want Reflector Mage, that's why I cut it. Can you interact with my board now, or are you dead next turn now? Boop 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 boop. Are you dead next turn now? Boop 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 boop. Do you have a path or a deputy? Survey says, put a bunch of silly spirits into play and die. Put a bunch of silly spirits into play and die. Put a bunch of silly spirits into play and die. Yay! They're dead! Woo! Magic! Yay! Magic! We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray! Do 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 do. What if we draw the second Kiki? Oh no, we're totally gonna draw. Listen, you're getting a 10-minute timeout if we draw the second Kiki games. Don't you put that bad mojo on us. All right. Actually, does the Renegade Rallier in my hand impact this? No, we're fine, right? Because okay, so I shock this in. I pod this into Bell Ringer. I pod this into Bell Ringer. This untaps. I cast this. I then go get Resto. Yeah, just go get. We're good. Ring a ding 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 bing a ding 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 ding. And then Resto. This is the important part. I've misclicked before. Resto blinks the bell ringer. Untaps Prime Speaker. Turn this into Freaky Kiki. And we technically have infinite mana at this point as well. Second session lockup. All right, Evolution's real bad against the counterspell deck. Path is great. Deputy is great. Oh, what did I cut last time? What did I cut last time? I need one more trim here. Scavenging Ooze not very good, maybe. That card's kind of slow. Yeah, I guess this is slow. Yeah, Glen's what I cut last time. That totally is. Okay, let's trim that. They don't really have a lot of meaningful things that she counters, and like just a 2/2 flyer isn't super great. We mulled to 5 that game, right? I'm pretty sure we started that game on 5 cards. This hand is more than good. It's great. What's going on, Nom Carver? Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm letting today run a little bit long for spreadsheets because I like this deck a lot. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. Sorry, I'll be right back. Hey, the dude rants. Thanks for the 9 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. This deck have a turn 3 lethal line on the back of Chord. Your turn 3 lethal line is turn 1 Mana Dork, turn 2 Village Bellringer, play second Mana Dork, and then turn 3 Kiki-Jiki. Oh, you actually can't do that anymore because you don't have red lands, huh? Jason Ofindi, thank you for the Prime support. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome to everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday morning. Thanks for hanging out through some Modern today. If you're one of my many subs out there, be sure to be watching your email or be in the subs Discord at the end of the week. I'm going to be sending out another sub survey like I do every quarter. Just get a feel for people, how people like the balance of content. Always like to make sure the people who are paying my bills are happy with the way we're splitting things up. Due to a blizzard. I hope you stay safe, regular size Jesse. Another dork here is a decent draw for us. Although Mausoleum Wanderer makes Chord of Calling a little bit worse. Depends on how good their leftovers are here. They also have a very mana-heavy hand, so, like, there is a chance that maybe they don't have a lot going on. I don't know if the sub-tourneys are just going to be feasible looking through the logistics, Rycat, until Arena has better support for things. I was, like, working through some of the details and just, like, it's going to be a hassle to manage the pairings. It's going to be a hassle to try and make meaningful coverage out of it, getting people to screen share. I think at the end of the day, with the tools that we have right now, it's just not going to be good content, unfortunately. So, once we get an in-app spectator mode, I think it'll be possible. Or ideally an in-app tournament client, but even just in-app spectator mode would make casting it way more reasonable. And that's the other thing too, like, I'd have to cut, to make it feasible, I'd have to cut a bunch of people out to, like, even if we limit it to a couple hundred people, right? Like, I currently have 2,600 subscribers, which means I'm gonna have to turn away a bunch of people, and, like, that's a bad customer experience as well, like, having to tell people, no, you support me, but you can't play. I'm gonna get gobbled up by us. I don't think we're in a position to beat a Spell Queller this game. Spell Queller and Path both kind of kill us. Sometimes you just can't beat interaction. You know, welcome to Modern. All right, they're hoping and a praying. Top 64 donors are invited to Jeff's house for a paper tournament. Alright, if they don't have a Path or a Reflector Mage or Deputy of Detention, they are dead next turn. Wait, am I dead? I'm not dead, right? I'm only getting attacked for 6, 7, 8 possibly in the air. Alright, so if they have nothing else, we do get to kill them. Nobody blink. Don't look him in the eye. Rats. Do I just chord for a bird here? I think I do chord for a bird. It gives me more mana for next turn. I guess I can't recast it anyways. Is that meaningful? Because I can't chord for Vannifar next turn because they have double Mausoleum Wanderer. It's a shame we were one off of getting Spellskite. Yeah, it's just a lot of work machine. I think it's gonna both be a lot of work and generate feel bads and not be that good of content. So like when you factor all those things in together, it seems like a bad use of my time. Yeah, I think so. So I think the play here is block here, and then I chord for 4 to make both Mausoleum Wanderers get popped. If they have Spell Queller here or Collected Company, so this does mean they get to trade 1-for-1 with my Chord of Calling. Yeah, I think we're dead at this point. Yeah, they just had a lot of interaction this game. And I did not have Scryb Rangers or Restos or Paths or anything like that to be interacted back, so we just couldn't race. Was it not reasonable to chord while they were tapped out last turn? Yeah, I guess that forces them to double sack the Wanderers. The problem with chording while they're tapped out is, yeah, I kind of needed the blockers. Is the issue. And then I'm dead here, right? They have 3 2-power flyers, and I only have 2 flying blockers. I can't even replay this because it got maged. I'm happy with how we're sideboarded. We get to be on the play, have a little bit more, get a little bit ahead here. Hopefully have some of our own flying blockers. Even with Scryb Ranger on top, they have three lethal attackers, Greg. This hand's great. Get to bird into Coiling Oracle plus Bird, or possibly Coiling Oracle plus Coiling Oracle. Have Deputy of Detention for a little bit of interaction. Get to solidly develop my board here. I'm going to preserve my health total here by fetching basics, I think. Then, yeah, I'm going to continue preserving my health total by fetching basics. Yeah, Lava Coil should come in against Mono Blue, along with all your Harpooners. You should cut your Worms and probably your Domries. I'm going to go through and make a sideboard guide for that deck here soon. Path to Exile is a good draw. Although I guess I'm a little bit choked on white mana for the time being. I can go like Deputy plus Bird next turn and then like get set up to chord for Vannifar ASAP. I might just be deputying their Aether Vial just to like set them back on their mana. That turn made me feel things. Brute Z, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Huh. So Noble Hierarch makes me a little bit less inclined to take the Aether Vial off the table. It's probably still right to take that one off, though. That definitely makes the most mana, right? So I can chord... Alright, they're not blocking, so I might as well attack. I can chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 next turn. So I can chord for a lot, basically. I can chord for 5 and still path. It's a sweet draw. Although I guess they don't have any blue creatures at the moment. I'm supposed to get Vannifar, right? And not just get Resto. Hey, what's going on, Jay Gross? Thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Wouldn't be too surprised to see this get pathed. It's going well, Vixed. I like this deck a lot. We're 3-1. This is game 3 of the last match. They have Path. We're in a little bit of trouble here. They don't have Path. We're A-okay. So this is still fine because of the volume of creatures I have, right? So I turn this into Bellringer, untap this, turn this into Resto, blink the Bellringer. So if they don't have a Path, they're dead here. And if they had a Path, I assume they would have killed Prime Speaker Vannifar. Climbing up the food chain, yep. Okie dokie. That league was like a really good split of example of games with this deck. So like the first 2 matches, we actually didn't activate Vannifar at all. We were just like this value mid-range disruptive deck that like we were basically a Bant Kiki Chord deck. My big takeaway from this league and the thing that I was looking to test, I think, yeah, that was a 4-1 with the one loss being I decided I didn't want to play against Phoenix, which is probably a bad matchup anyways, but I did decide after they nut drew us in game 1 I wanted to concede the match because this set was running long. I think I was pretty happy with the mana base, honestly. I think I probably want a Hallowed Fountain. I think the 2 Temple Garden, 2 Breeding Pools should probably be 2 Breeding Pool, 1 Temple Garden, 1 Hallowed Fountain. But I think the mana base with no red in it was like super reasonable. Yeah. I really liked the no red sources. I liked having a ton of basic lands in my deck. Coiling Oracle was excellent. So this card's super reasonable. Vendilion Clique was very good on more than one occasion, so this is just a good disruptive threat, but this also can click ourselves to take Kiki out of our hand because we can't cast it, and put it back into our deck so we can pod or Chord into it. And then Vizier of the Menageries lets us cast Kiki, but it also is just like this decent value card, and this won us a game 2, just like being a value engine to like play a bunch of cards off the top of our deck. So if you like Modern and you think you might like this archetype and you didn't watch this entire set of games, I'd really encourage you to go back and watch it. There's a good chance that this ends up being my deck of the day-to-day. So, like, I don't think I would change anything after playing this today other than swapping the second Temple Garden to a Hallowed Fountain. And I think I'm going to update the list on my website to reflect that this evening. Make a note to do that. Anywho, we're going to slide along to some video games here next, I think. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. For those of you who've been waiting for the arena, sorry we ran a little bit long, but I do love that Modern deck, so wanted to finish it out.